Hi teammates, I'm back again, and today I'm this training is about restrictive practices and positive behavior support. So first of all, I will try to explain what is restrictive practices and why you will come across with such kind of understanding. It has been introduced recently, and it's a very important and very minutely observed, very microscopically observed concept with participants. So what happens, there were certain practices which was followed to control the behaviors and different aspects. So but to stop the misuse, NDIS has recently introduced it, and I'll take you through it. I'll give you a brief information. If you want to find out more information, you can go to NDI's website and just type restrictive practices, give you a lot of details. So let's go through to understand what is restrictive practices and positive behavior support. So what is a restrictive practice? That a restrictive practice is any practice that has effect of restricting the rights of freedom of movement of a person with a disability with primary purpose of protecting the person or others from harm. So I will give you a brief example. Suppose somebody is watching a TV and it's already 9 o'clock in the night, and you're working with them, and you just take up the remote and put it off and say, oh, you have to go to bed now, it's 9 o'clock. So that's a restrictive practice, because you're trying to restrict them from doing something which they want to do it now. So what should we do at that stage? So simply don't switch off the TV, go to the client, tell them it's bedtime, explain them why it's important to go to the bed now, and just negotiate with them, understand with them because they might be watching even with us. If you're watching something very interesting, we don't want to go to the bed immediately, we want to finish it, then go back to bed. So same is with everyone, so it's kind of restricting them. And even sometimes we have seen that there are certain medication which are used to control the behaviors again. So for that, what is the process? Let's go through it. So what are restrictive practices? Have behaviors and behavior of concern, also known as challenging behaviors. And behavior of concern should be helped with positive behavior support. So what is positive behavior support? It's basically some of the specialists in this industry, they develop a positive support behavior support plan, which states that how it has to be used, what is the extent, when it has to be reviewed, why it is important, and then they report it to NDIS. And then there is a certain system where at a particular time it has to be reviewed, and if it's working, not working, sort of thing. So it has to be properly done. And positive behavior support means supporting a person to learn skills to stop their behavior of concern. It's not keep on using the same strategy. There are certain strategies, and some positive behavior strategies may involve a restrictive practice that has to be authorized. The restrictive practice takes away your rights or freedom. So what NDI says, authorization means a restrictive has been approved to keep you safe from others around you. And there are rules. So what are the 5 types of restrictive? Solution is when you put somebody in room or space and you cannot get out. So you lock somebody in the house, you lock somebody in the room. So if somebody absconds, so what you do is straight away put a lock. No, you cannot do that. There has to be a proper process where a specialist will come, do the assessment, and they will give a report why it's important, why it's unsafe for them to be absconding, and they might not have that understanding of the road rules and etc. Then they will put all this place, and once it's authorized, then only you can start. Same with this, suppose you are traveling with somebody who is habitual of taking off their seat belts or opening the doors. So again, you can't do it straight away, just tie them. So what happens, you don't travel with them until unless it's been approved, and there is a proper process around it. And then there is chemical restraints like medications, then a mechanical restraints like you would have been seen. If you're not seen, then sometimes what happens when you're traveling in a car, so there are seat belt cups or a seat belt harness sort of things, so which is used. So it's again has to be authorized. Physical restraint stops you from moving. Environmental restraint stops you from doing things in your house. So suppose you're stopping somebody to come in the kitchen, it's a restrictive practices. But again, I said has to be there, written, approved, reported, everything. Then only as a support worker we are authorized to use it. So organizations recognizes, upholds and promotes the rights of people with disability, committed to provide services for people with disability, promoting the organizations committed to no organization, staff member, engaged in any property space, and used for least amount of time and used only as the last resort. It should not be used as a punishment or for the convenience of the worker. Who's the worker? You. So suppose you say, oh, I can't, this is this and can we use this? So it's not about you, it's about them. So let's look at the NDIS code of conduct. So what it says, so with NDIS code of conduct, go through NDIS website, find out, Google it and understand what they say about it. What is a behavior support plan? So someone who is authorized will develop it and make sure that people are supported safely. Needs to be developed by registered specialist behavior support provider and only be used as a last resort and for the least amount of time. What does a behavior support plan include? It includes supporting a person's challenging behavior and strategies along it, and understanding the strengths and also how they can develop their life skills in that particular time and to reduce any restrictive practice throughout the time. So procedure relating to positive behavior support plan. So go through the policies of procedure and understand. So you might have got some idea. So for more information, go through NDI's website, and if you want a detailed information, there is a email ID at the end of this session. So just email me, or there in the comment section you can comment, leave the comments, and I will send you the details if you have any questions around it. So any questions from this session, please come through it, and don't forget to subscribe and like, so that we can understand that how keen you are to understand about it. Thank you.